Want to show you how to do some things on your new Windows machine. I know they seem really different um, compared to our Macs, but they really are about the same thing. There's nothing that you can't do on a Windows machine that you previously did on a Mac. So let's talk about some of the things you may want to do right at the start. Um, First of all, well, I'm lagging here. Okay, so we're going to record and kind of just screenshot and take a look at some of the things we may need to do. The first thing is just looking down here. This used to be the dock on Mac. On a Windows machine, it's just called the taskbar. No big difference. Anything you need to do, what I'm finding is honestly, you can just go right here and search. Once you've clicked that search window, it'll pop up and you can type in what you're looking for. For example, I might be looking for adding a printer. So I'm going to go here and type in PR, and you'll notice that things are popping up. It's making an assumption of what I might want to do. If I want to add a printer or scanner, this is where I would go. And let's go ahead and do that. Let's add a printer. Maybe we've got a classroom printer and now we've got a print. We got to do that. And it's going to come up with any printer that I've already added. But let's just say that I don't have the printer I need here. I'm going to add a device. I'm sitting over here at admin in a closet, but in admin somewhere. And so you're going to see all kinds of printers that pop up. These are any printers that are within the vicinity um, of our lab or of this room. And so you're going to see them all pop up, and literally you can just click add a device. If you see your device pop up, click add device. It's going to come up and find the drivers that you need, and then you're just going to say, okay, everything's going to be good. If I don't see the device, you'll have an option to add it. I'm going to pause this for a second, let it come up. No, I guess I'll edit it. So here I find all the printers that I need. Um, If I don't see what I want, I can actually go and say I want to add a printer. hmm If you don't see your device listed here, if for some reason it's not coming up, you can actually add it manually. If you know the IP address, and remember our IP address, if you don't know it, you usually can just go print a system. Yeah, you can print a log sheet. Looks kind of like this off your printer. Okay, but you can print that sheet and it'll have on there, it'll have the IP address. Probably start with the 10, might be a 172 number, but you can find that it's going to be listed as your IP address. It's going to say IP address on it on this sheet. Okay, I add a printer using IP addresses right here. So I click add a printer using IP address, and then I'm going to go right here. I'm going to change this IPP device, and I'm actually going to change it to TCP IP device. I'm going to put in the IP address on this one is one that's right around here, 172.16.8.28. So these are network printers. They're already in our network. So it should be able to find it. And it says use the driver that's installed. Yep. Let's use the driver that's installed. And it's telling me this is the type of printer that it is. This one happens to be right across the hall. I grabbed that information earlier. And so I can say install this printer. And it'll do it. Share the printer. Doesn't matter, it's already shared. And then finish. Now you can print a test page, but honestly, just finish and you should see that pop up. And should be one of your available printers if it wasn't already on this list. Again, this is a list of printers that are nearby. So if you're sitting right next to the printer in your classroom, that should just pop up. Okay. But if it doesn't, you can find your IP address. It should actually be labeled on your printer, and if it's not, might want to let somebody know so we can label it, or you can print a specification sheet right off your printer. Okay. That's it. That's all you have to do to add a printer. All right, let's go on to just a couple other things. This is a new computer. running Windows. The other thing on this taskbar down here is what if you want to set particular things on your taskbar? You want things kind of like you did on your Mac where you had certain programs down here. You can do that as well. Um, Pretty much everything on this grid right here on this start menu is going to pop up. These are pinned things that I've got pinned to my apps that are on my screen, but I can actually look at all the apps, okay, on my start menu. Okay, this is everything that's installed. All right. And there are a couple things I may want to get rid of. For example, I don't play Xbox. I certainly wouldn't be playing it on this computer. So I don't really know that I need that app on there. Another one is when I go to Windows Security, we're protected by Silence. We don't really need the Mcafee, but you're going to see a Mcafee thing pop up, and I want to get rid of that. I don't want the Mcafee system. The free trial of Mcafee is what it is. I'm going to take that app off. And there's some other things I may want to add. For example, most of y'all will want to add collage. So let's make sure we know how to do that as well. Okay, so let's look and I want to go back down here to my taskbar. I'm going to go to the start. I'm going to right click. I'm just going to right click. I get the little short menu and I think I'll look and I'm trying to get rid of an app. So I don't, if I'm not sure what to do, I'm just going to type in right here in this same bar. I'm going to type app. And as I do that, it's coming up and showing me some choices that I have. Okay. And I'm thinking, oh, I want to add and remove programs because remember, we're going to go remove McAfee. So I'm going to choose that one. Just click my arrow and say, yeah, I need to choose this. So it's going to come up with your system settings, your apps, and it's taking a look. Here's all the things that are loaded. The thing with Windows is a lot of things come preloaded. Uh, but you don't have to keep them. So I think I said, and then there'll be some things you can't get rid of. So I am going to go down here. Here's the McAfee. I don't need this. Don't worry about protection. You're protected by Silence. Silence is the program that we use throughout the district. So I'm going to uninstall this. This is just a freebie that was put on the Windows machine. It needs to come like that pop-up menu. I want to change my drive. I want to uninstall. Also, the thing with these computers, really nothing takes place until you restart. You've got to restart the computer and you'll see it happen. It says it may take a couple of minutes and then they're going to ask you to restart. So that's just letting you know in case you had something else running that you wanted to save before you go through this. I can look down here and I'm also going to look down here. I really do not use video games. And I know that down here, I'm going to have Xbox and Xbox Live. Now, you don't have to remove this. I know I'm not going to. I'm just going to say go ahead and uninstall that one as well. I'm literally just clicking on the three dots, telling me, what I can and can't do. This is what I want to get rid of. I also don't need Xbox Live because, again, I don't play video games on here. Doesn't mean you can't, by the way. You certainly can. Okay. And so now I'm going to look down here and it says it's done uninstalling McAfee and I need to restart. I'll do that in a sec, but I have to stop this recording in order to do that.